Hi everyone, welcome to Online Piano Learning. My name is Sarah and today we are talking about the circle of fifths. The circle of fifths is very important to understanding the relationship between different keys and key signatures. If you've never seen the circle of fifths before, it looks like this, and it shows you how many sharps or flats every major key has. You might see some versions of the circle of fifths that show minor keys as well, but that can be confusing and unnecessary, so I recommend just sticking to knowing your major keys. Minor keys are related to major keys, so if you know your major keys, then you will easily figure out the relative minor key that has the same key signature. So, going back to look at the circle of fifths, C major is usually the first scale that students learn because it has 0 sharps and 0 flats. C major is at the top of the circle of fifths. When you go clockwise, then you're looking at the keys with sharps in them. When you go counterclockwise, you're looking at the keys with flats in them. As you can see, it goes in order from 0 to 1 sharp to 2 sharps to 3 sharps and so on. Now, what gets us from one key to the next is the interval of a perfect fifth. For example, going from C to G, it's a perfect fifth because in C major we don't have any sharps or flats. So the fifth note is G. From G, we go up again to D, then A, then E, then B, then F sharp, then C sharp. As you can see, the perfect fifths were pretty easy to figure out because there weren't any sharps or flats until the last 2 keys. If you are worried about figuring out perfect fifth in each scale because you're just learning about the scales and the different key signatures, I recommend you go up 7 half steps or semitones. That's equivalent to a perfect fifth, and it's easier because you don't have to think about what sharps or flats the previous key had. From C to G, we have a perfect fifth. We can also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 half steps and land on the same note. For example, going from B with 5 sharps to the next key with 6 sharps, if you don't know that B major has an F sharp, you might have thought that the next key is F major, but it's not. So by using the half steps, you can count up 7 half steps. B to F sharp is a perfect fifth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. See how we get the same interval with half steps. Now let's go back to the flat keys. Starting from C, we go back to F, and now we go to a B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and a C flat. A C flat has all the flats and a C sharp has all the sharps. You may notice that there are some keys overlapping here. For example, B major and C flat major, F sharp major and G flat major, as well as C sharp major and D flat major. If you're wondering why, that is because these notes are enharmonic. Enharmonic means that we have the same notes on the piano, but with a different letter name. This is G flat major, and this is F sharp major. Although each letter has a different name, they are the same notes on the piano. If you understand that, then you will know how to navigate the circle of fifths, even if you don't have one right in front of you, which, by the way, I will put in the description box below, so you can feel free and download one for free if you would like a copy. Now, let's talk about what information is missing in this circle of fifths. Looking at the circle of fifths, we know how many sharps or flats are in every major key, but we do not know what the keys are. This is the part that you're going to have to memorize. There is an order of sharps and an order of flats. The order of sharps is F sharp, C sharp, G sharp, D sharp, A sharp, E sharp, and B sharp. Now, the order of the flats is that exact order of letters, but in reverse. So B, E, A, D, G, C, F. Here's how we use the order of sharps and flats. If we look at the circle of fifths and we see that a key has 4 sharps, like E major, then we go to the order of the sharps and we look at the first 4 sharps. Those are the sharps in E major. In a key signature, which is the beginning of the music where it tells you which sharps or flats will be in the piece, all the sharps and flats will be in this order in the key signature. Here are a few examples. Let's do an example with a flat key. If we're trying to figure out which flats are in G flat major, then we have to look at the order of the flats. The circle of fifths tells us that there are 6 flats in G flat major. So if we start from the first flat, we have B flat, E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, and C flat. So all of these flats are in G flat major. And in a key signature, it would look like this. Anyways, that is it for your circle of fifths. If you understand how the circle of fifths works, so traveling up by a perfect fifth, or also known as 7 half steps for the sharp keys, and traveling down a perfect fifth or 7 half steps for the flat keys, then you figure out the number of sharps or flats, and you refer to the order of sharps and flats to figure out what they are. I hope that helped you understand the circle of fifths. I know it can be confusing for a lot of students, but trust me, it's simpler than it looks. I also have a shortcut video that I made that will teach you exactly how to figure out the key without using the circle of fifths. But for that video, you will also need to know the order of sharps and flats. So make sure you memorize that, and I will post a link to the next video when it is released right up here so that you can go ahead and figure out the faster version and choose which method you prefer to use. Let me know if you still have any questions about this topic or if you have any other theory topics you would like me to talk about next. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.